students, welcome to the next lecture of our 11th chemistry chapter number 13, that is nuclear chemistry and radioactivity. In previous lecture we had started with the applications of nuclear chemistry, and in that we had studied the two applications of carbon dating and your use of radioisotopes in the medicinal chemistry, medical field. Now in this lecture we are going to study an important application of our nuclear chemistry or radioisotopes, where the electrical energy from nuclear fission is being obtained. We know that nuclear fission and nuclear fusion both gives very large amount of energy. But nuclear fission energy, the energy obtained from nuclear fission, can be used to produce electricity. Now this process or the electricity made from the fission of uranium-235 and plutonium-239, it is called as your nuclear power. Okay, this is called as nuclear power. So the energy which is obtained from the fission of uranium-235 and plutonium-239 is called as your nuclear power, and this energy is used to make electricity, okay, to obtain electricity. Now let's see what are the benefits of this nuclear energy or nuclear power over our traditional ways in which we obtain the energy. Now this nuclear energy, it is a high environment, they have very high environmental benefits because they release almost 0% of carbon dioxide, sulfur and nitrogen oxides, and we know this carbon dioxide is responsible for our greenhouse effect of our earth, okay, and further also this sulfur and nitrogen oxides, they are the most important pollutants which are making our environment polluted. Okay, so this nuclear energy, it is free of this, it does not release any carbon dioxide, sulfur and nitrogen oxide in the atmosphere. Therefore we can say it is a clean source of energy. Okay, it is a clean source of energy. Now why we should use this nuclear energy? What are the benefits in terms of the power or the energy which we are getting? Let's see. Now 1 gram of uranium-235 on fission gives you 24,000 kilowatt per hour energy. Okay, per hour energy. Okay, so 1 gram of uranium-235 on undergoing nuclear fission, it gives you 24,000 kilowatt per hour. This much energy is given by only 1 gram of uranium-235 fission. Okay, and this much amount of energy is obtained by traditional method. If you burn this same amount of energy is obtained if you this much amount of energy is obtained in traditional way if you burn 3 tons of coal or 12 barrels of oil natural gas. So this same amount of energy is obtained in the traditional method by burning 3 tons of coal. Imagine burning 3 tons of coal or burning 12 barrels of oil or 5,000 meter cube of natural gas. So the same amount of energy can be obtained if you use traditional methods. How much natural resources you are using? See, 3 tons of coal is required to produce this much amount of energy, or 12 barrels of oil is required, or 5,000 meter cube natural gas is required. And imagine we are getting this energy by just fission of 1 gram of your uranium. So this is the most efficient, clean as well as efficient way of obtaining energy. Nuclear fission is the most efficient way of obtaining energy. Okay, it is the alternative energy source. that the steam, the boilers where the electrical energy is being generated, what happens there? Your steam is generated. Okay, steam is generated. Steam is generated by burning your coal. By burning coal, the heat energy obtained is used to obtain steam. Okay, it is used to obtain steam. Now in traditional methods we know that steam is used to generate electricity. And how this steam is obtained? It is obtained by burning coal, and the heat generated is used to obtain steam, which rotate your turbine and produce electricity. But as we know, this coal is depleting. It is a natural resource and it is depleting. Okay, and so we need to find out the sources which are readily available and which will be useful to produce and satisfy our need, okay, of satisfy our need of energy. And that's why this nuclear energy is an alternative source. You can say it is an alternative source of energy. Alternative source of energy, which is very clean also and efficient also. Okay, so let's understand how this energy is being obtained from nuclear reaction. Now let's start with the term nuclear reactor. Now what is a nuclear reactor? Nuclear reactor is a device for using atomic energy in a controlled manner or peaceful purpose. In a nuclear reactor, nuclear fission or nuclear reaction is being carried out, and the energy which is liberated during the nuclear fission, it is carried out or it is utilized in a controlled manner for peaceful purposes. Now let's understand here this. This is a simplified nuclear reactor diagram I have drawn over here. This shield which you are seeing, this is nothing but radiation shield. And what happens? Water is provided over here. There are uranium rods, and water when heated gives you high pressure steam. Now this water is needed due to the nuclear fission. Okay, here some nuclear fission material is obtained. Neutron is used here. Here neutron is used to start or initiate your nuclear fission step, and then after nuclear fission what happens? We know in nuclear fission energy is being released, and that energy is used to heat the water over here, and that water on heating gives you high pressure steam. Now let's understand the diagram of nuclear power plant. Now this diagram I have drawn over here, it is a diagram of nuclear power plant. This diagram drawn over here is that of a nuclear power plant. Now what happens? These rods you are seeing, these are nothing but uranium-235 and plutonium-239 rods. These rods, they are nothing but of uranium-235 and plutonium-239 rods, and these rods are used, these are nothing but your radioactive element which gives out your after undergoing nuclear fission, they give out your energy. Okay. This is the diagram of nuclear power plant. Now let's understand how nuclear energy is produced by using with the help of this diagram. Now here this is a nuclear reactor. Nuclear reactor, you have uranium fuel, that is you are having uranium-235 and plutonium-239 rods. These these are nothing but your fissionable material. We know that when it is bombarded with neutrons, uranium when bombarded with neutrons, one neutron on bombardment gives you 3 neutrons. Okay, so this is a fissionable material. Some control rod is there, that is cadmium. Now here these uranium rods, they are stacked in deuterium, that is H2O, and or graphite rods are used, they are also called as moderator. Now the neutrons released over here, this cadmium is also acting as a moderator, means it is slowing down your neutrons. We have seen that during the uranium fission you get 1 neutron, gives you 3 neutrons. 3 neutrons further undergoes fission and gives you 9 neutrons, and this appears in a chain type of reaction, and this, if not controlled, can lead to explosion. So here this cadmium, they are used as moderator. They are used to slow down the neutrons. Okay, they are used to slow down the neutrons. So here the uranium undergo fission, the nuclear energy is liberated. That energy is passed through your coolant liquid. Okay, that energy is passed through your coolant liquid. Okay, now that the coolant liquid absorbs that heat energy, and that heat energy is further exchanged through exchange of heat takes place, and the water, the sea here, these are the pipes where the water is being circulated. So the coolant liquid, the heat from this coolant liquid is exchanged over here, and which is used to heat the water. इथं पाणी सर्क्युलेट केलं जातं आणि इथं जी हीट भेटते आपल्याला युरॅनियम फिशन मधून, ती हीट काय होते, या पाण्याला गरम करते, आणि गरम केल्यामुळे काय होतं, व्हॉट हॅपन्स, दॅट वॉटर इज बीइंग कन्वर्टेड इनटू स्टीम. ओके, and that steam is being pumped to rotate the turbines. Okay, to rotate the turbines, and turbines ला rotate केल्यावर काय होतं, what happens after rotating turbines, electrical energy is being produced. Now the leftover steam, the steam which has been not been used, what happened, that steam is passed Now the excess amount of steam, okay, the steam which is not being used, or the remaining steam after the generation, after the rotation of turbine, the residual steam, it is again cooled, okay, by using your this river water. That excess steam is being cooled, okay, again it is passed to this condenser pipes, and then it is cooled, and again it is circulated over here. Okay, it is the water which has been condensed, the steam which has been generated, it is used to rotate the turbines, and then the remaining steam after rotating the turbines and making electricity out of it, the remaining steam is further cooled. Okay, and it is again cooled. What happened, that water is again transferred, or it is passed through here. So let's explain let's explain once again. I will explain once again. इथे काय होतं, इथे न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर आहे तुमचा. न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर मध्ये काय आहे, तुमचे युरॅनियमचे रॉड्स आहेत, युरॅनियम आणि प्लुटोनियमचे रॉड्स, ते कशामध्ये ठेवलेले आहे, मॉडरेटर मध्ये. आयदर ड्यूटेरियम वापरले जातात, म्हणजे तुमचं हेवी वॉटर, और ग्रॅफाइट मॉडरेटर वापरले जातात. त्याच्यामध्ये हे रॉड्स स्टॅक करून ठेवलेले आहेत. ओके, द रॉड्स आर बीइंग स्टॅक, and one control rods are also used. कॅडमियमचे कंट्रोल रॉड्स पण यूज करतात. आता कंट्रोल रॉड्स कशासाठी यूज करतात, आपण पाहिले की जेव्हा युरॅनियम न्यूट्रॉन्स बरोबर बॉम्बार्ड होतो, तेव्हा एक न्यूट्रॉन 3 न्यूट्रॉन्सला इट प्रोड्युसेस 3 न्यूट्रॉन्स, इट गिव्स राइज टू 3 न्यूट्रॉन्स, आणि ते 3 न्यूट्रॉन्स परत अजून पुढे जाऊन 9 न्यूट्रॉन्स प्रोड्यूस करतात. आणि हे जर कंट्रोल केलं नाही तर ही चेन अशीच वाढत जाते, and it becomes explosive. So in order to stop or to slow down the neutrons, cadmium rods are used as moderator. मग इथे जी एनर्जी लिबरेट होती तुमची न्यूक्लियर फ्युजनमुळे, ती काय होती, ती एका कूलंट लिक्विडमधनं पास केली जाते, आणि मग कूलंट लिक्विड काय होतं, ते हीट ॲब्झॉर्ब करून ते इट बिकम्स हॉट, अँड दॅट कूलंट लिक्विड विच बिकम्स हीट, द हीट ऑफ दिस कूलंट लिक्विड इट इज सर्क्युलेटेड और इट इज ट्रान्सफर्ड. ओके, एक्सचेंज होते, इथं वॉटर बरोबर एक्सचेंज होतं, आणि इथलं जे पाणी सर्क्युलेट केलेलं आहे ते पाणी गरम होतं, आणि पाणी गरम झाल्यामुळे काय होतं, पाण्याचं रूपांतर कशात होतं, वाफेत होतं, स्टीममध्ये होतं. आणि ते स्टीम काय होतं, ते स्टीम कशाला टर्न करतात, टर्बाईन्स, मोठे मोठे टर्बाईन्स असतात सर्क्युलर. ओके, आणि ते टर्बाईन्स जेव्हा रोटेट होतात तेव्हा तुमचं काय होतं, तुमचं यू गेट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेटेड. आता तिथं स्टीम वापरले गेली, इथे जी स्टीम प्रोड्यूस झाली ती कुठे गेली, तुम्हाला टर्बाईन्स रोटेट करायला युजफुल झाली. पण काही स्टीम्स ती जी नाही यूज होऊ शकली ती काय करतात, ती परत कंडेन्स करतात. ओके, कशाने, रिव्हर वॉटर यूज करून त्याला परत कूल केलं जातं, जे स्टीम यूज नाही झाली टर्बाईन्स रोटेशन करायला. आणि ते उरलेलं वॉटर दॅट इज अगेन इट इज पास्ड ओव्हर हिअर. ओके, दॅट इज अगेन पास्ड ओव्हर हिअर. दॅट इज अगेन पास्ड ओव्हर हिअर. दिस जी वॉटेवर वॉटर यू हॅव कंडेन्सिंग ओव्हर हिअर, जे वॉटर कंडेन्स झालेलं आहे इथे कुठे, whatever steam is being left out from going to the turbines, okay, that steam we are what happening, condense करतात आहे आणि ती परत इथे सर्क्युलेशन साठी वापरलं जातं. So in this way what is happening, you are using nuclear energy to convert it into electrical energy, and this energy is being used for peaceful purposes. That is, energy is used for producing electrical energy. And this energy is used for civilian purposes. Civilian means like, civilian purpose means like we can use it. Then it is used for submarines also. Okay, it is used for submarines also and for ships also. This energy can be utilized for ships also. Okay, so in this way your nuclear energy is utilized, or using the nuclear reactor, nuclear power plant, using the nuclear reactor we can convert the nuclear energy into electrical energy in a peaceful manner. Okay, other application, of radioisotopes is that the gamma radiations energy obtained from radioisotopes, it is used for irradiating your agricultural products. And for that cobalt 60 and cesium-137 radiations obtained and for that radiations obtained from cobalt 60 and cesium-137 are being used for irradiating the agricultural products and thus increasing their shelf life. Okay, and the last is they are also radioisotopes are also used as radio tracer. The last application is that of radio tracer. Now what do you mean by radio tracer? In radio tracer you are one of the element in the chemical reaction. When you are studying some chemical reaction, one of the element is being labeled as radioactive, and the path of the reaction, okay, the path of the reaction is being studied. Path of the reaction is studied using the radio tracer activity. म्हणजे काय होतं, एखाद्या रिएक्शन मध्ये एखादा मॉलिक्यूल, एखादा ॲटम कुठल्या मेथडनी, कुठल्या वेनी तो रिॲक्ट होतो, तर ते जर जाणून घ्यायचं असेल तर काय करतात, त्या ॲटमला रेडिओ बनवतात. ओके, रेडिओ लेबल करतात त्याला, आणि मग जिथं जिथं जो तो रिॲक्ट होईल त्याचं काय होणार आहे, त्याची ॲक्टिव्हिटी दिसत जाणार आहे, आणि मग तुम्हाला ते रिॲक्शनची पाथवे, ओके, यू कॅन ट्रेस ती रिॲक्शन कुठून कशी शेवटपर्यंत कशी होतीये हे तुम्ही ट्रेस करू शकतो. सो दॅट्स वाय इट इज कॉल्ड एज रेडिओ ट्रेसर. यू लेबल वन ऑफ द ॲटम एज रेडिओ. ओके, एखादा ॲटम तुम्ही रेडिओ, यू लेबल वन ऑफ द ॲटम इन अ केमिकल रिएक्शन एज रेडिओ and trace the path of that chemical reaction. So in this way we have seen the applications of your radioisotopes, and in this way we have come to the last part, or we have completed this chapter. Thank you.